What's up guys, my name is Stoody and I'd like to welcome you all back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be looking through every single 2023 AFL trade and I'm going to be saying who I think won each trade, winners and losers. And if I think the trade was a draw, I'll say it's a win-win or whatever. So obviously there's free agency, teams get a compensation pick and all that for free agency. So I'll talk about who I think won that because some teams got way overs in terms of compensation, others got way unders. So just go through. So first off, it's a free agent. Sydney received James Jordan, Melbourne received pick 39. So I'd say that one's a win-win. James Jordan's an average player, Melbourne get an average draft pick, so win-win for that one. So the next one is another free agency. West Coast received Matthew Flynn. GDS received pick 40. I'd say West Coast win that one, mainly because big ruckmen don't grow on trees. Flynn's pretty decent, so yeah, he'll probably end up as West Coast number one ruck because the other ruckmen are pretty bad, like Williams and all that. So yeah, he'll be their number one ruck, so that's a win for West Coast. So up next, Sydney received Joel Hamling, but it doesn't look like Fremantle got a compensation pick. I mean, at least it doesn't tell you. So yeah, Fremantle got absolutely nothing for him. So Sydney obviously win that because they get a player for nothing. Brisbane received Tom Stoody. Adelaide received pick number 19. Adelaide probably win that because it's maybe a win-win, I guess. Yeah, pick 19. They'd be happy with that. I'd say it's a win-win because Stoody is pretty decent, but he did do his ACL. So yeah, who knows if he'll be the same. But I think I'd rather the pick 19 over someone who just did their ACL. So I'd say Adelaide win that one, actually. This is the first trade. Port received pick 23 and a future second round tied to Fremantle, which they eventually traded anyway. Fremantle receive a future first round pick tied to Port. I would say Fremantle win this one because of what ends up happening later on. Fremantle get a first rounder. Port get pick 23. And Port end up wasting their future second rounder on Ivan Soldo. So yeah, Fremantle definitely win this trade because they get a better pick overall. Next trade, Western Bulldogs receive pick 4, pick 46 and 51, and a future third round pick tied to Gold Coast. Gold Coast receive pick 10 and 17, and a future first round pick tied to the Western Bulldogs. This one's a tough one. Obviously, pick 4 is really good, high first round pick, but Gold Coast get basically 3 first rounders in return, and personally I prefer to have 3 first rounders, so I'm going to say Gold Coast win that trade. Western Bulldogs will be happy with pick 4, but Gold Coast will be happy with 3 first rounders, and if the Western Bulldogs fall next year, which they might, then Gold Coast could end up getting a pretty decent pick next year. Essendon received Todd Goldstein from a free agent, no compensation pick for North Melbourne. I don't get it. Why do some of these not get compensation picks, but others do? So I wonder if it's the Ben Mackay. They lost their compensation pick because of Ben Mackay or whatever. The AFL have really stupid rules on that. So yeah, obviously Essendon win that. Even though Goldstein's washed, he's handy as a second ruckman anyway. So Essendon receive Ben Mackay. North Melbourne receive pick 3. Obviously North Melbourne win that. As Ben Mackay's an average player. I've done a rant on this topic, so if you'd like to go ahead and check out the rant I did on this exact compensation pick, I'll put a link to it in the description. Hopefully I'll remember to. So up next, we have Western Bulldogs receive James Harms. Melbourne receive a future third round pick tied to the Western Bulldogs. I'd say this one's win-win. I mean, Harms, he could be alright for the Bulldogs. Actually, I'll say Bulldogs win this one because their future third round, chances are the player that they draft won't be as good as what Harms has been. So Western Bulldogs win that trade. So next trade, North Melbourne received Dylan Stevens and pick 25. Sydney received pick 44. Future end of first round pick. The bullshit first round pick that North Melbourne were gifted. So I'd say North Melbourne win this trade, mainly because Dylan's basically they're trading picks, which Sydney get the better pick slightly. But North Melbourne get Dylan Stevens for pick 44, and Stevens does have some talent, so I think he's worth more than pick 44. So North Melbourne win that trade for sure. Next one, Melbourne received pick 11, Gold Coast received pick 14, and pick 27 and 35. Gold Coast definitely win this one because they get 2 second round picks, and Melbourne only move up 3 spots in the first round, but they lose 2 second rounders. It's a stupid trade from Melbourne. So Gold Coast definitely win that trade. So Adelaide get Chris Burgess and pick 14. Gold Coast receive pick 23 and 26. A very stupid trade from Gold Coast. That's a clear win to Adelaide. Burgess is average, but they get pick 14 and they only have to give up pick 23 and 26. So, yeah, terrible trade there from Gold Coast. Although they have been trading well up to that point, that was a bad trade from Gold Coast. North Melbourne received pick 18. Gold Coast receive a first round pick, end of first round pick. So they'll probably be worse than pick 18. Terrible trade from Gold Coast. North Melbourne win that easily. Like, what a stupid trade. What the hell is wrong with Gold Coast? Jesus Christ. They're known for trading terribly. Sydney receive Brodie Grundy. Melbourne receive pick 46 and a future second round pick. Sydney win that trade. Obviously, they get a superstar caliber player for basically nothing. So, yeah, Melbourne... They did scam Collingwood to get Brodie Grundy, and they get schemed to lose him. So pretty funny, they end up getting karma. Sydney received Taylor Adams. Collingwood received pick 33. That's definitely a win for Sydney, as Taylor Adams is definitely worth more than pick 33. He's been a good player for Collingwood over the years. So, yeah, Sydney will be a lot happier. Collingwood definitely probably will not get a player as good as Taylor Adams for pick 33. Next, North Melbourne get Jack Fisher and pick 17. Carlton get pick 21 and pick 25. I'd say North win that slightly because they get a better first round pick, and Carlton just get 2 second rounders. And North get Fisher, who's an average player, so I mean he could fill a role, I guess, add a bit of depth to their team. So Essendon receive Jay Gresham. St Kilda receive pick 21 as compensation. I definitely say Essendon win that trade. Jay Gresham is probably worth a better pick than pick 21. So, yeah, Essendon win that. St Kilda fans will be pissed off for losing Gresham. So, Melbourne get Tom Fullerton and Brisbane get pick 47. Brisbane definitely win this one because who the fuck is Tom Fullerton? He's clearly just a trash player. And a trash player is only worth like pick 70 something maybe. So, yeah, Brisbane definitely win that one, because they could at least find a gem with pick 47 possibly. West Coast received Tyler Brockman. Hawthorn received pick 44 and pick 63. West Coast definitely win this one because Brockman has a bit of potential. He could possibly be better than average. That's for sure. So, and Hawthorn received basically nothing. So, yeah, West Coast definitely win that trade. So, North Melbourne received Big Goa Nyon. Richmond received pick 65. Richmond definitely win this trade. Believe me, Nyon is terrible. I've seen him play. He is absolute garbage. I'm so glad we got rid of him. So glad. So, good work there from Richmond. Collingwood received Lockie Schultz. Fremantle received pick 34 and a future first round pick. I'd say that one is a win-win. Both teams would be very happy with that trade. Collingwood will be happy with Lockie Schultz coming into the team after just winning a premiership. Fremantle will get a few more draft picks. Maybe they could trade those draft picks next year or something for a decent player. St Kilda received Liam Henry and a future round 4 pick tied to Fremantle. Fremantle receive a future second round pick tied to St Kilda and a future 4th round pick tied to St Kilda. I'd say Fremantle win this one because I think that future second rounder will be a very good one. Because I reckon St Kilda wooden spoon contenders next year. They're going to be trash. I can guarantee you that. They should have been trash this year, but, you know, Gillon McLaughlin was in charge. He made sure that wouldn't happen. And, yeah, Liam Henry's an average player at best, so Fremantle definitely win that trade. So, Melbourne receives Shane McAdam. Adelaide receive a future second round pick. I'd say that's about win-win, probably about what McAdam's worth. So, a win-win for that trade. Up next, this one's a multi-team trade, a big multi-team trade, but not really a lot actually happens. Carlton receive a future 3rd round pick tied to Essendon, future 4th round pick tied to Western Bulldogs, future 4th round pick tied to Fremantle. Carlton give up Paddy Dow, future 3rd round pick, and a future 4th round pick. Essendon receive a 2nd round pick, currently number 35, and a future 4th round pick tied to Carlton. Essendon give up pick 52 and a future 3rd round pick. St Kilda receive Paddy Dow, pick 40, and a future 3rd round pick tied to Carlton. St Kilda give up Nick Caulfield, pick 35, pick 56, and a future 4th round pick tied to Fremantle. Western Bulldogs receive Nick Caulfield, pick 52 and pick 56. Western Bulldogs give up pick 40 and a future 4th round pick. I'd say the Western Bulldogs certainly win that trade because Nick Caulfield obviously has a bit of potential. St Kilda definitely come last in that trade. They get a garbage player in Paddy Dow. And they lose Caulfield. They give up a 2nd rounder as well. So, yeah, and I'd say Carlton come 3rd last because, yeah, they only just bring in trash picks, really. And Essendon come in 2nd because they end up getting pick 35 and they only give up 52 and a future 3rd. So that's a win for them, getting a 2nd rounder out of that. Up next, so Port Adelaide receive Ivan Soldo and pick 50. Richmond receive pick 41, pick 49. A future 2nd round pick tied to Fremantle and a future 4th round pick tied to Port Adelaide. Richmond obviously win this trade. Ivan Soldo is on the decline. And he's super injury prone. Richmond get a 2nd round pick, and Ivan Soldo is certainly not worth a 2nd round pick, especially Fremantle's future 2nd round pick. That could be a bad pick, but it could also be really good. Fremantle's future 2nd, we don't know how Fremantle are going to end up going yet. So Hawthorn received Jack Ginnivan, pick for 39, a future 2nd round pick tied to Collingwood, and a future 4th round pick tied to Collingwood. Collingwood receive pick 33, a future 2nd round pick tied to Hawthorn, a future 3rd round pick tied to Hawthorn. Hawthorn certainly win this trade. They get some decent picks, as well as Jack Ginnivan, a player who has shown potential, but I have a feeling he's going to fuck up his whole career because he's a dickhead. And Collingwood don't really get anything in return, to be honest. So Hawthorn definitely win that trade, but if Ginnivan goes to shit, it's a win-win for both teams because basically nothing else happens other than that. Port Adelaide received Jordan Sweet. Western Bulldogs received pick 50. That's probably a win-win because Jordan Sweet's trash. But he's a ruckman and they don't grow on trees, so he'll be the 2nd ruck behind Ivan Soldo, maybe. I don't know. He'll probably be like the 4th ruck, actually, because they have better ruckmen than him already. Port Adelaide receive Asava Radagalier. Geelong receive pick 25, pick 76, and pick 94. Geelong certainly win this trade because the Rat is not worth pick 25. He's an average player. He's worth maybe a pick in the 40s at best. So easy win there for Geelong. Stupid trade from Port. Port have traded terribly this year. Oh my God. Carlton receive Elijah Hollands, the Druggo. Pick 28 and a future 4th round pick tied to Gold Coast. Gold Coast received pick 26 and a future 3rd round pick tied to Essendon. Gold Coast definitely win this trade because Elijah Hollands is probably going to be suspended for 4 years for doing drugs. And yeah, so he's going to be, this is a Chris Yarran kind of trade, I reckon. That's for certain. Richmond received Jake Kaczynski. Hawthorn received pick 49. Richmond definitely win this trade. Maybe because Kaczynski, key forward, he has potential to be a gun. And at the same stage in his career, he's got similar numbers as Tom Lynch and Jack Grewal. So, yeah, that's a good sign. And he's just going to start entering his prime in the next couple of years, so that'll be good. And pick 49, there's no way Hawthorn are going to find someone as good as Kaczynski for pick 49. So, Melbourne received Jack Billings. St Kilda received a future 3rd round pick tied to Melbourne. This is an absolute scam. Melbourne obviously win this trade. St Kilda have traded terribly. They're definitely the biggest loser, I'd say. So, up next, Hawthorn received Jack Gunston, pick 47 and 61, and a future 2nd round pick tied to Brisbane. Brisbane received Brandon Ryan, pick 39, pick 54, and a future 4th round pick tied to Hawthorn. Hawthorn obviously win this trade. They bring in better picks. than Brisbane, plus they get the better player that's been traded. I mean, I know Gunston's completely washed up, but who the fuck is Brandon Bryan? So Brisbane get rid of, a washed up future former star in Gunston, and they bring in just absolute garbage. Stupid trade from Brisbane. Hawthorn win that easily. Hawthorn received Mabia Chol and pick 62. Gold Coast received a future second round pick tied to Brisbane. Gold Coast definitely win this trade. Chol is very average, and he's not going to do a whole lot for Hawthorn, and he's not worth a second round pick. So Gold Coast win that. Essendon received Xavier Dersma. Port Adelaide received Braden Zerk-Thatcher. Pick 73 and two future fourth round picks tied to Essendon and Carlton. This one's a tough one. I'd say Essendon win this just because I think Dersma has more potential. But he has gone stale and he's a dickhead, so that's a concern. But yeah, they didn't really give up a whole lot other than Zerk-Thatcher, who would just be an average player throughout his whole career. You'd think he doesn't have as much upside as Dersma. Alright, now this one's the last trade. Hawthorn received Massimo D'Ambrosio, whatever the fuck his stupid first name is. Essendon received pick 61 and a future fourth round pick tied to Collingwood. Hawthorn win this trade because D'Ambrosio was definitely worth more than what Essendon received. So Hawthorn win the trade in that one. I think the biggest winner out of the trade period, though, is probably Essendon. They've scammed a lot of teams. Melbourne scammed St Kilda big time as well. So, yeah. Now, the only real big trades this year were Grundy, Adams, Billings, and Gresham, and all that. Other than that, everyone else was just either average or maybe slightly below average or just trash. So, yeah, that's my AFL 2023 trade period winners and losers for 2023. Tell me in the comments what you think. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and leave a like on this video. Also be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel. It is called Stoody Archives. Link to that is in the description. Also be sure to join my Discord server. It is called Australian Sports Community. Link to that is also in the description. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Twitter, and I also have TikTok. The username for all of those is StoodyYT, and links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.